Love is the law upon which life is based. Romans chapter 13, verse 10, the remedy. The letter of the Apostle Paul to the Romans, chapter 13. A reading from The Remedy, a New Testament expanded paraphrase by Timothy R. Jennings, M.D. Everyone must obey, and not rebel against, the governing authorities, as they govern to bring order to society. All true authority comes from God, and the current authorities hold power in harmony with God's plan. So, if you rebel against the Roman government and choose insurrection, you are not practicing God's methods, but actually misrepresenting God and interfering with his plan. Those who rebel will condemn themselves. For there is no reason to fear the one in authority if you do what is right. You only need to fear if you are doing what is wrong. Do you want to be free from fear of the ruler? Then do what is right, and those in authority will reward you, for they are God's servants to do you good. But if you do wrong, fear the consequences, for the power to punish, which they have, is not for nothing. They are God's servants, agents of discipline, to bring consequences on the wrongdoer, and hopefully to awaken the wrongdoer to a better course. Therefore, it is important to obey the authorities that are part of God's plan, not merely because of fear of punishment, but because it is the right thing to do. This is exactly the same reason for which you pay taxes, for the authorities are God's servants to provide order, safety, security, economy, emergency services, courts of justice, utilities, and so forth. Be sure to give to everyone what you owe them. If you owe taxes, pay the taxes you owe. If revenue, then the revenue you owe. If respect, then respect. If honour, then honour. Don't remain in debt of any kind, except the debt to love one another. For the one who loves their fellow humans has fulfilled all that the law requires. For the law is simply about love. The commandments are a diagnostic tool to reveal where love has broken down. For when you love, you do not commit adultery, and you do not murder, and you do not steal, and you do not covet. For all 10 commandments are summed up in this one principle: love. Love the Lord most of all, and your neighbour as yourself. Leviticus chapter 19, verse 18. Love is the principle of beneficence, and does no harm, but does only what is in the best interest of another. Therefore, love is the law upon which life is based. And do this, love one another, understanding the time in which we live. The time has come for you to wake up and realize that our deliverance from this world of sin is nearer now than when we first came to trust God. The night of darkness and separation from God is nearly over. The day of his coming is almost here. So let us put aside the deeds of darkness, the deeds that misrepresent God and separate us from him, and put on the armour of light, the character of Christ and the truth about God. Let us live righteously as in the light of God's truth, and not in the darkness of orgies, drugs, and drunkenness, not in pornography and debauchery, not in envy, rumour-mongering, and jealousy. Rather, clothe yourself with the Lord Jesus Christ. Develop your character to be just like his in all you do, and choose to say no to the desires of the selfish nature. This was a reading from The Remedy, a New Testament expanded paraphrase. To read The Remedy for yourself, please visit comeandreason.com.